Welcome to the Ultimate Task Tracker tutorial. So the first thing that you're going to see when you access the link that's provided on the PDF file is this page where it's going to ask you to make a copy of the document. So basically you just have to click on make a copy. And that way you're going to have access to your own copy of the template. So some important details before we start on to explaining how the template works is that, first of all, I recommend that you set the zoom percentage to 80%. This is basically so that you can visualize everything a little bit better, but this is a personal preference. The other important detail that I wanted to discuss is that except for the cells that are meant to be edited, the rest of them are protected. So if you go to edit a cell that's not meant to be edited, and a warning is going to pop up and you should not proceed on editing that cell. So for example, here on the section months, I'll try to edit December here. And when I click enter, it gives me a heads up, a warning. And so in this case, you should not continue editing that cell. So you just click the X at the top right. Um, there's a few exceptions when this message could pop up and not be harmful, and I will be telling you in those occasions. But for now, we're going to start explaining the functionality or how this template works. So the first page we have is the settings page, which basically is one of the most important pages in the template, but here you won't need to edit much. The only sections that you might want to edit are the category and responsible sections, because obviously you might want to add your own categories or delete these ones, and that goes the same for the responsibles. So one responsible that I don't recommend you delete is the shared one, because I thought of this one for tasks that you might do with a partner or in teams. So this is up to you. It won't really affect the functionality if you delete it, but that's what I thought it for, but that's up to you. So you have all these rows to add categories and responsibles. You should not be manually adding any more rows. So if for some reason you need more categories or more responsibles, feel free to contact me and I'll send you a template that adapts more to your needs. Then we have months, weeks, years, and down here we have status and priorities, which are both really important. So here we have all the status by name with a color assigned to them, as well as an emoji. So these colors and emojis are going to be used all over the template so that you know the state of each category. So I recommend that you don't change these colors or emojis because it might affect the functionality. And the same goes for the priorities. They're color coded, as well as they have an emoji assigned to them. So another little detail is that the status here have a legend here in the right, and that's this is especially for the Kanban board. So basically what this means is that there's 4 major statuses that include these ones. So for example, the status completed, cancelled, and archived are all considered final states, so they are all in the group done. As for not started, on hold, and deferred, they are included in the group to do. In progress, waiting, and blocked are included in the in progress group, and then needs review, it's included in the review group. I promise it's not difficult. It's just a way of categorizing the statuses for the Kanban board. But the most important thing that you should take out of this is that completed, cancelled, and archived are considered final states, because that's going to go all over the template. So next up in the next sheet, which is the main board. So here you're going to find basically an overall view of everything that's going on in the template. So for example, here in the top left, you're going to find the total tasks, completed tasks, pending tasks, tasks that are less than 7 days away, overdue tasks, and tasks that are more than 7 days away. Then you're going to find today's tasks. Here at the top, you're going to find a chart with all the active tasks categorized by status, and on the bottom you're going to find the upcoming tasks. Here in the center of the sheet you're going to find direct links to all the other pages of the template, as you can see, and below the buttons you're going to find these donut charts that basically show the percentage of completed versus pending tasks divided by categories. This is all including only active tasks, not tasks that are already completed. And here at the bottom, you're going to find the Eisenhower Matrix for the current month. So right now we're in July, so it will show July. When we go to August, it will show August, and that goes for all the upcoming months. So basically what this shows is that you have a little description here and what you should do with each group, but basically this shows the percentage of pending versus completed tasks that you have in each section of the Eisenhower matrix. So moving on to the next sheet, which is task log, we're going to use this direct link to go to this next sheet, which is basically the brain of the template. So here you're going to find all your tasks, and basically you will be able to insert all your tasks in here. So let's start here at the top. Here we have all the total tasks, then the completed tasks, and then we have some other statuses that I found that were important. These statuses, from the on hold to the cancelled status, they all include only active tasks. Here at the top right, you can see the overall progress of all your tasks. And here on task due today, you will find all your active tasks that you have for today. So for example, if you have any completed tasks, it's not going to show in here. Then moving on to the charts, we have the status and priority charts, which basically show the percentage of active tasks in each status and in each priority. And then we have the urgent and important charts, which basically show the percentage of pending versus completed tasks. Now moving on into the table itself, here we register the name of the task, the category, the responsible, the status and its emoji, the priority and its emoji, the date, the days left, the important and urgent checks that are important for the Eisenhower matrix, and then the notes column. So before going into how all of this works and how it all affects the charts and the different functionalities, I'm going to show you something. Basically, if you click this button right here, you will have some group by views and some filter views for viewing the information in a different way. So for example, if we click on the category view, you will see the tasks divided by categories or grouped by categories, and the rest of them are the same, except for, like, this one for example is grouped by category priorities, this one is grouped by responsibles, and this one is grouped by statuses. But this one is a little bit different, the filter view. Basically, if you click on it, you will see, let me undo this so that you can see. So for example, if you want to filter the table of for it to only show high priorities, you will click on the little arrow, and you will leave the high priority checked so that it only shows the high priority tasks, as you can see. Then if you want to filter by a condition, you can do that too in here, filter by condition. For example, you have different ways of filtering here, and also if you want, you can sort by this column or by any other column if you click on the arrow, basically. And if you want to exit these views, you just have to again click on that button and click on exit view, and then the table will show again as it was before. The filtering and sorting won't affect any of the charts or the other pages of the template, so feel free to filter or group as you wish. Another thing is that there's plenty of room to insert tasks. I think there's 1,000 something available rows, but if for some reason you need more, then you can just ask me and I will provide you with a template as you need it. I'm going to show you exactly how this works so that you can understand. Basically, it is all really straightforward. Here you add your tasks, here you select your category, here you select your responsible, your status for each task, the priority, here you select the date. The days left are auto-calculated, as well as the emojis here, so you don't have to do anything about that. And here you click if the task is important and or urgent, and this is going to be useful later for the Eisenhower matrix, and then you can add some notes here at the end. Now, some details that I think are important. As I mentioned previously, the completed, cancelled, and active statuses are considered final states, so those three are the only ones meant to be considered as a final state or a completed state. That's why here, as you can see in the checkboxes at the beginning of the table, there's some cells in red. That's because you're not meant to check that line. So if you want to check a task, make sure that you set a status that's cohesive with the completion of the task. So you can set the task, for example, to archived, and then the checkbox will no longer be red because that's a valid check for saying something. Like the check is the thing that indicates that the task is finally completed in a final state. So that's why you should match the status with the check. So you can choose from completed to archive to cancelled states. But as you can see, if I change to in progress, the check will be in red. So you shouldn't be checking those tasks. In this example, I just checked them so that I have more information to show in the other pages. But basically, you should not be checking them if they are not in a final state. So that's all for this page, which is basically the brain of the template. So moving on to the monthly calendar, here all the tasks of the month selected will be shown. So if you go here to the top right, you will see a drop-down list for the year, the month, the start date, and the responsible that you can filter with. So here, for example, if I go to August, it will give me the tasks that are set in August 2025. As you can see, we have them here in the calendar. Also, you can change the start day from Monday to Sunday if you prefer one view or the other. And also you can filter by responsible. So for example, if no responsible is indicated, then you can see all the tasks for this month. And if you filter by responsible, so let's say we want the tasks assigned to Anna, you will see all the tasks here that are assigned to Anna, and obviously in the calendar too. If you have some responsible here and you want to empty it, you basically just click on the cell and go here on this top bar and delete that name and press enter, and it will show again all the tasks of the month. Another thing is that here you can filter by status. This will filter the tasks and it will show the tasks that have a status listed here. So for example, if I get rid of the in process status in this list, you will see that the in process tasks will disappear as well as in the calendar. Again, as I mentioned before, the emojis are important because in some tables you have them as your indicator for the status or the priority. So for example, in this table, you have the statuses here as the emojis and the priorities here at the end of each name of the task. So for example, if we go back to July so that I can show you more, here as you can see, you have your calendar with all of your tasks. And basically the only cells that you're meant to edit here are the show by status or these four drop downs here for the year, month, start date, and responsible. Another thing is that the tasks that are in a state that is considered a final state, so completed, archived, or cancelled, will appear crossed with a line here. As you can see, here's an active one, here's a completed one, so that it's more clear to you whether you have to do something about it or not. Another thing is that, as you can see, for example, in this page here, you have like a line to hide some columns. So basically the reason that I added this is because here in the calendar you just might want to see the calendar itself with no other like extras. So if you hide the top of the page and the left side of the page, you can see here your full calendar. You can obviously click on it and it will show again all the tasks. So as you can see, when I click on hide or show these columns and these cells, it shows me the warning message. So this is one of the only occasions that you should proceed and say okay to this message. In the other situations, you should not be continue editing uh, or doing anything about the cells. Also, these cells, the year, month, and start date cells are meant to always have a value, so you shouldn't leave it empty as you can do with the responsible. Moving on to the weekly calendar. Basically, it follows the same structure as the monthly one, but it just shows a weekly view. So the only addition to this view is that here in the right where the drop downs are, you have year, month, start day, and also you have a week responsible. So again, the week cell shouldn't be empty because it will mess up with the functionality. So basically this cell right here is for selecting the week of the month that you want to show on the chart or on the page. Basically right now I have week 2 of July 2025 selected. So as you can see here on this little calendar, it highlights this week, and obviously it shows this week here in the page. Here you have a little chart again divided by all the tasks that you have for this month divided by statuses. And this one works basically exactly as a monthly calendar. It just shows a weekly view of all your tasks. As you can see, you have your tasks right here. And with this page, you can also hide the top and the left sides so that you have a more clear view of all of your weekly calendar. The last thing about this sheet is that up here you will find some charts with the progress of the tasks of each day. The days that there's no tasks, it will appear empty, but as soon as you have a task assigned to a day, it will be included in the chart and it will appear. If, for example, I had in this day one task completed and the other one uncompleted, it will appear 50-50 here in the chart, and that goes for all the days and all the tasks, depending on how many tasks you have for each day. As you can see all along the template, you will see the tasks that are considered a final state, such as completed, archived, or cancelled. They will be crossed because they are considered that they are finished in those three states. I think this is all for the weekly calendar. It works pretty much as the monthly calendar, except for the inclusion of the week drop down list here. Let me, for example, change for week 3 so that you can see the difference. So for example, now that we change to week 3, you can see that in this small calendar here, the week 3 is highlighted, and all the tasks corresponding to this week of this month are going to be included in the weekly calendar. Moving on to the Kanban board, basically this and the Eisenhower Matrix are ways to organize better. So in the Kanban board, we have here the option to select year or month. You can either leave empty the month, the year, or both at the same time, depending on what you want to filter. So for example, you want to filter all the tasks of 2025, you will empty the month. Sorry, you will empty the month, and you will see all the tasks that are for this year. If you want to see all the history of all the tasks, you will leave both lists empty, and you will see here all the tasks of all the history of the tasks that you have available. For now, for this example, we're going to leave it at 2025 July. And basically in this Kanban board, also you can show by status. That works exactly the same as the monthly and weekly calendars. Here you have a list of the tasks that are matching these filters, the year, the month, and the status. And as you can see, here we have divided our tasks in 4 sections: into do, in progress, review, and done. And this is what I told you before on the settings tab that's indicated here at the right of the statuses. This is useful for classifying the tasks in this particular sheet. So as you can see, all the tasks that are on hold, not started, or deferred are included in the category to do. The tasks that are in progress, blocked, or waiting are in the category in progress. The tasks that are or that needs review are on the review category, and the completed, archived, or cancelled tasks are in the done category. So this is a way for you to organize yourself better, as well as the Eisenhower matrix that we're going to see in a second. Another thing is that in this page, you can also hide or show the side columns and rows and the top rows. That's as you prefer. And last but not least, we're going to the Eisenhower matrix. Basically, we have here the Eisenhower matrix. Here's a little explanation of how it categorizes. So as you can see, the important and urgent tasks are classified on the do now category. The important, not urgent, are on the schedule category. The not important and urgent on the delegate category, and the not urgent and not important are on the eliminate category. As you can see, here we have important, urgent, not urgent, and that's what you have to select here on the task log. When you create a new task, you have to either check important and or urgent as you consider that task, so that later on you can see it classified on the Eisenhower matrix. So here basically we also have the year and month drop down lists that, again, as the Kanban board, you can leave both of them empty, or you can leave just the month or just the year empty, depending on which tasks you want to see. For example, if I leave leave the month cell empty, it will show me all the tasks that are available for this year. As you can see here, we have all the tasks, and here we have them classified by the categories I just showed you. Here in the charts, it shows the progress of the of that category. So for example, here in eliminate, we have 36% of the tasks completed and the rest are pending. And as you can see, I think it's really simple to use. Everything, or pretty much everything, is automated aside of obviously inserting the tasks and all of that. And in this page, you can also hide the top rows and the left side columns as you wish. And again, this is the only time that you should click OK on this pop-up warning. But for the rest, I think that's all. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial, and that's really helpful for you to understand the way this template works. But obviously, if you have any concerns or you have any problem with the template or doubts on how it works, you can feel free to ask me via my Etsy store, or however you prefer, and I will gladly show you or guide you through the steps to make the user experience the best possible.